Small backyard transformation ideas, you will be blown away. Bigger isn't always better. Small backyards can be the best outdoor living spaces. We're going to talk to you all about the best ideas. We're going to give you some examples, a lot of examples that you can use in your small backyard. Enjoy. You might have a small backyard space, you might have a micro space. Really doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the size because you can pack it full of a lot of outdoor living. Look at this little backyard space. Now this might not be as small as your space, but look at the theory and the principle behind what we did. We created the destination. That is so imperative. If you can figure out a way to create destination, especially from one of the sight lines from inside of your house, usually it's like the back door or the kitchen door, the kitchen window. If you can see something and be pulled outside right there, no matter what size space, you've just created a beautiful backyard destination and it'll draw you outside. We did this with a fireplace in this situation. We had a little bit of a seat wall off to the side, and once you're out there, now you can be out there for a little grilling area. You can do a little dining area. We even added some privacy features. We did the bamboo there because right next to them was another house. And then we added some decorative art with living art on the side of the house. So really this tiny courtyard, and this might be large for you, but you can think of the principles behind it. Now take a look at these two backyards. We utilized a small space, but we packed it with destination. We did it in two different ways. Number one is a seat wall. You think about a seat wall because it creates purpose. You're gonna go out there, and if you have a little fire feature, a little seat wall, now everybody's packed down, no matter what size it is, around that fire pit and the seat wall. And if there's privacy concerns, look at what we did here. Living walls are amazing. So you can do it. Look at this side yard. We were able to use a fireplace. This is a tiny little side yard. We did a fireplace with a living wall with an arbor. Now, this is amazing because it's right outside of the sight lines from the home. You have a little water feature off to the side, and you can imagine how tiny this little courtyard is, but it gives them all the living space that they need to entertain even a small little group. Now take a look at what we did in this smaller backyard space. This is about 1,500 square feet, guys. I just want to let you know that. Smaller, about maybe 30 feet deep by 50 feet wide. That might be huge for some people, but it is considered small where we're at. Now look at all of the items that we were able to get in this backyard. We were able to get a grill area, so now true outdoor kitchen, an outdoor bar. We were able to give a freestanding destination covered structure with a fireplace. We did a breezeway. Now this breezeway became really, to me, the highlight of the backyard because they were able to do their dining table right underneath that breezeway. We gave them a whole fire pit destination off to the side. This backyard has everything. We were able to even get a water feature in with some lawn in this smaller backyard space. Let's hear from the homeowners and let's hear some of the highlights of their backyard and what they thought of the space.
This space, when we put it in, we knew that we would use it because we had experience with something like this. We had a really nice outdoor space in our last home. We put it in and we knew we would use it. So when we moved in here, it wasn't here, it was just a patio and grass. And we thought, we can do it. About 2 years in, we're like, can't do it.
Our previous experience in our backyard, it was just a peek when you came in the front door of there was something interesting out there. And so we knew that when we designed this, that when you came from the front door, that we wanted to draw you in through the house. And the way that we worked with the designer was so that you could start to see this backyard unfold as you came into the house, and it drew you through the house and out to the backyard. And from pretty much anywhere on our ground floor, you got a view of the backyard, and it's so inviting that people, even when it's cold and not nice, people are like, can you show me what's going on out there? Yeah.
And you mentioned the water feature, and one of the reasons it's placed as it is because it creates a view from our dining area. So it's serving multiple purposes. It's beautiful out here, it's very ambient, but it also creates a really nice focal point for us from inside the house too. And that was important the whole time. I said, whatever we build is our view. That's all we've got. So we want to make sure that it lives up to that.
Yeah.
So I think the things that we love are being able to have different zones, if you will, or different ways that we use it. So even when the weather wasn't cooperating well, you know, we would come out here with some cozy throws and use the fireplace here and be in here, and if it started to rain, that was fine. You know, we have a fire pit over on the other side, and so that's a really good space when we have friends over. You're having that informal conversation. You know, we have had some family groups, so there's plenty of room for dining. I think we figured it out. If we have every seat full, we can seat 25 people back here. So, you know, it gives us so much flexibility, but it doesn't feel ridiculous with two of us, right? It doesn't feel like it's overdone or too much. We're really comfortable just the two of us in it. And this becomes our outdoor living room. We are out here, we eat out here. I mean, this is where we spend our time in the summer, and it's lived up entirely to that for me.
Exactly. And you know, we're the type of people that even when it's a crisp day, I'd love nothing more than to come out like on a Saturday morning, drink my cup of coffee, sit in the rocking chair in front of the fireplace, let the day start. And it's just so calming, and it is that extension. We love being out here, and just, it's calming. It's our happy place, which is why we added so much covered space in Oregon. We added almost 500 square feet of dry space, which in Oregon is at a premium. I mean, we are so happy with what we bought, and it was through your team and you jumping in and helping us to get exactly what we wanted.
Now, a part of this backyard was this shade cell. One simple shade cell created just the ability to be outside no matter what. In the afternoon, when you want to be outside around the 5, 6 o'clock time, the sun was setting right in their eyes, and this shade cell gives them the ability to be outside with the grill, gives them the ability to be outside at the dining table and enjoy their space. So one simple, very inexpensive shade cell really solved the solution for this client. I also love the raised garden bed, little destination right by where they grill. You can go and grab some vegetables, and you can use it for the evening barbecue. So think about a little raised garden bed right next to your space. Speaking of square feet in backyards, we have a question from one of our viewers. I want to take this time to be able to answer that. This is from Dexter Williams. He says, hey, how many square feet is considered small for a backyard? Excluding our narrow side yard, we have 1,145 square feet to work with. Dexter, thank you for the question. That would be considered very small. Like I just mentioned, this property that I just mentioned, it's about 1,500 square feet, so it's about 50 feet wide by 30 feet deep, about 1,500 square feet. So this is even a little bit smaller than that, but you can still do a lot. In fact, what we've already mentioned in this video, we had a side yard, which is about 700 square feet, and it was tiny, but we were able to get a fireplace, water features, dining, outdoor kitchen, and a pergola in that small, very, very small side yard. So you can do a lot. I'd love to help you out. If you want a design, by the way, if anybody needs a 3D design, I'd love to help you. We'll have a link below. I have some prices that are on that link, and you can see our pricing, very straightforward. And you can have an appointment with us for free, at least talk with us and see if we can help you out. And we have another comment here I'd like to answer. This is from Bethany Johnson. She's from Wisconsin. She says, wow, exclamation point. I love the shift. I'm in Wisconsin, and if I want to expand my patio, how big should I make it? Great question, Bethany. Thank you very much for that question. Really, it depends on what you want to do in your space and what you already have in your space. But I would think of 3 different destinations. Of course, you want the dining area. I would love to see you do an outdoor kitchen or like a grill area. And I'd love to see you do a fire pit. Those are 3 common things. They're not as expensive as some of the other outdoor living. And if you do those 3 things, think about maybe 400 to 500 square feet in that patio. That should be able to get all of those in. Now, of course, that's going to be smaller, but that's okay. You can still pack that punch in a small area and get all 3 of those destinations in there. So thanks again for that comment. Another thing I want you to think of when you're designing a backyard space in a small area, you might be at an advantage because you can get higher end items for your small backyard, and you don't have to get these high end items for a large space. So you can really go for it, and those items, because they're higher end, are gonna last a lot longer for you. Take a look at this small backyard that we did here. It's beautiful. We were able to do a freestanding structure. We were able to do a fireplace, an outdoor kitchen, a bar, but look at the shed that we were able to put in the backyard. They backed up right to a building. We painted the back of that building white, and they used that as a movie screen. We did a fire pit. We did lots of destinations, lots of hardscaping, and then we did the synthetic lawn that really added to that space and gave them extra landing zones for their kids and for entertaining. But I want to say this, that is high-end features. That garden shed was custom made. That is not an inexpensive garden shed, but because they were in a smaller space, they were able to put all of this stuff in this small space. And I love the double-sided fireplace. Doing the double-sided fireplace in this situation gave them the ability undercover, so if it was raining or snowing, they could be undercover watching TV right by the fireplace. But if it was a nicer day, a whole nother destination is created on the back side of that fireplace. So because it's in that small area, they were able to step up their budget a little bit and do some of these higher end features. And I want you to remember that as well. Now, I say this on every video, but I'm going to stress it in this video because in a small space, it is absolutely imperative for you to get a design. If you do something wrong, you are going to pay the price, and it's going to be basically having to rip everything out. So get a 3D design. We design in 3D. In fact, listen to this homeowner and the value that they saw in a 3D design.
So when we designed our previous space, it was a 2D design, and the layout came out good, but there were things that, in retrospect, as we were looking at it, we said, "Oh gosh, had we just known," and we didn't realize the scale and the size, and so that was one of the things that attracted us to Paradise Restored was 3D design. So it allowed us to work with the design team and make those tweaks that really resulted in this space that we love.
So you have a small space. I hope that this video helped. Watch this video too. It's all about decor and how much decor can play a part in your small backyard space. Enjoy.